everyone, welcome to Arpita Sharma classes. I am Arpita Sharma, your educator, and today we are going to solve 10 questions in this 10 p.m. daily quiz for UPSC prelims that we have curated for all of you in order to revise for your upcoming preliminary examinations. We all know that prelims has been postponed right now, so it gives us 3 to 4 months extra for boosting up our revision. Okay. So that's why we have launched this course 10 p.m. daily quiz for UPSC prelims so that we can easily revise what we have studied so far and also we can bring our theory into practice. जो हमने theory में पढ़ा है उसे practice में ला सकते हैं, उसको प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं और उसको और ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग बना सकते हैं जो हमने लर्न किया है, जो नॉलेज हमने गैदर की है अपने सिलेबस कंप्लीशन से. ठीक है, तो 10 क्वेश्चंस देयर विल बी एंड ईच क्वेश्चन इज ऑफ 2 मार्क्स. नेगेटिव मार्किंग 0.67 मार्क्स की है. ठीक है, तो अकॉर्डिंगली यू हैव टू participate in the quiz and let me know your scores in the comment section. Final scores अपने comment section में ना मुझे जरूर बता देना so that I can also keep a tab on my students. मैं अपने students पे tab रख सकूं कि कौन कितना कैसा perform कर रहा है, कितना revise कर रहा है. Okay, let's start. Starting with question 1, consider the following statements. A civil servant cannot be dismissed or removed by any authority. मैं एक्सट्रीम वर्ड्स को अंडरलाइन कर रही हूँ. ठीक है, एक्सट्रीम वर्ड्स कैन बी 99% इनकरेक्ट एंड 1% करेक्ट ऑल्सो. जो एक्सट्रीम स्टेटमेंट होते हैं वो 99% करेक्ट भी होते हैं, इनकरेक्ट भी होते हैं, 1% करेक्ट भी हो सकते हैं. So you have to be very careful. By any authority subordinate to the authority by which he was appointed. A government servant under any circumstance has no right to strike neither morally nor legally. Article 311 is applied only on the civil servants in India and it is not available as a remedy to any other person or employee even if he is associated with government of union, state or any corporation. You have to identify the correct statement. आपको बताना है कि इसमें से ना correct statement कौन सा है. 3 statements have been given. You have to identify the correct one and make sure that you go through the extreme statements properly. ये direct question है जो लिया गया है M. लक्ष्मीकांत की बुक से. It's a direct question taken from M. Lakshmikant Indian Polity. That is why it is said revise M. Lakshmikant at least thrice before you sit for your prelims. Right now you have the chance to revise it 3 times. इस बार तो आपके पास 4 बार रिवाइज करने का चांस है. अगर आपने अभी तक छुई भी नहीं है ना M. लक्ष्मीकांत, फिर भी आप 3 बार रिवाइज कर सकते हो. इतना टाइम मिल गया है आपको, तो अब कोई एक्सक्यूज नहीं है. ठीक है, तो नाउ लेट मी नो योर आंसर्स. यू हैव 5 seconds to answer the question. Correct answer in this case it is D. All of the above statements are correct. तीनों ही statements correct है. Civil servant cannot be dismissed or removed by any authority subordinate to the authority by which he was appointed. This is absolutely correct. No doubts, no qualms about it. Why? Because जिस authority ने उसको appoint किया है उससे नीचे की authority dismiss या remove नहीं कर सकती civil servant को. ठीक है? This could be answered by even a single common sense based guess. ठीक है. Second statement, government servant under any circumstance has no right to strike neither morally nor legally. In this case, अब now you will ask, ma'am, but if government servant or a civil servant they are aggrieved by the action of government or any other legislative organ or they are not happy with the action of government, then what should they do? They should keep quiet? No, they can approach the appropriate tribunal or court for the remedy, for the solution. Okay. Second statement is correct. Third statement, Article 311 is applied only on civil servants in India. Correct. It says that civil servant cannot be dismissed or removed by any authority subordinate to the authority by which he was appointed. Right. So that is why all the above statements are correct. Question number 2, consider the following statements. Indian Constitution allows Chief Justices of High Courts to appoint retired judicial officers as ad hoc judges for 2 years. Ad hoc judges क्यों अपॉइंट किए जाते हैं? ताकि जितने भी एक्स्ट्रा बर्डनसम पेंडिंग केसेस हैं उनको फटाफट से सॉल्व किया जा सके. Maximum possible strength of Supreme Court has been fixed at 31 judges, including Chief Justice of India. Again, direct question taken from M. Lakshmikant's Indian Polity. Direct question है. You have to identify the correct option. So the correct answer in this case is it is statement 1. ओके ये गलत है, अभी करेंटली इट इज 29 जजेस, मैक्सिमम पॉसिबल स्ट्रेंथ कैन बी 34। करेंटली 29 जजेस है और मैक्सिमम पॉसिबल स्ट्रेंथ जो है वो आपका 34 है। सेकंड स्टेटमेंट इज रॉन्ग। यस दिस इज करेक्ट, आर्टिकल 224A एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट। Question number 3. The World Press Freedom Index 2021 has been released by which of the following? New York Times Company, Daily Journal Corporation, Reporters Without Borders, World Press Photo Foundation. You have 5 seconds time. Correct answer in this case is it is C, Reporters Without Borders. तो ये जो वर्ल्ड प्रेस फ्रीडम इंडेक्स है ना, ये इंडेक्स आपको याद करने, यू हैव टू रिमेंबर दिस इंडेक्स एंड द पब्लिशिंग एजेंसीज. इट इज it's a report which has been released by media watchdog group called Reporters Without Borders, and in this index who topped it? It was Norway. ठीक है, 5वीं बार नॉर्वे ने टॉप किया है इस इंडेक्स में. ठीक है. Now here's a small announcement for all of you. Unacademy is launching new batches for UPSC CSE 2021, 22 and 23 aspirants, and these are starting from 2nd June. Okay, and we have for specially 2021 aspirants, we have Phoenix revision batches that have already launched on 26th May. So if you are preparing for 2021, you have enough time for your revision. You can join Phoenix revision batch, okay, wherein it is available in bilingual language, English language and Hindi language. Mains, prelims both we are going to revise in this batch together, and we will be giving you test also on the UPSC's pattern to check your revision. Okay, then we have 1-year batch for 2022 aspirants, we have 2-year batches for 2023 aspirants, and we have NCERT batches as well. So accordingly you can take your subscription, and do not forget to apply code ARPITA10 to get 10% discount as well. 10% discount के लिए आप ARPITA10 code use कर सकते हो. ठीक है. So let's begin with the next question. Question 4. Who is known as father of banking sector reforms in India? Sir Osborne Smith, Sir Benegal Rama Rao, Maidavolu Narasimhan, Manmohan Singh. बैंकिंग सेक्टर रिफॉर्म्स है. ठीक है, ये देख लेना. बैंकिंग सेक्टर रिफॉर्म्स में पायोनियर कौन माना जाता है? करेक्ट आंसर इन दिस केस इज C, Maidavolu Narasimham. Narasimham ji was known for being the chair of 2 high-powered committees on banking and financial sector reforms. So, such is the importance of the 2 Narasimham committees that some of their aspects are referred to and employed to this date. मतलब आज तक इनकी कमिटी के रिपोर्ट्स और रिकमेंडेशंस को माना जाता है बैंकिंग सेक्टर में और फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर में. ठीक है, जो बैंक मर्ज करने का आइडिया होता है ना, ताकि एक बड़ा सा स्ट्रॉन्ग मेगा बैंक बना सके, वो सबसे पहले नरसिम्हम कमिटी ने ही प्लान किया था. दिस इज अगेन इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर प्रीलिम्स. Question number 5. Consider the following statements with reference to Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substance Act 1985. Under NDPS Act, it is illegal for a person to produce or manufacture or cultivate, possess, sell, purchase, transport, store and or consume any narcotic drug or psychotropic substance. Under one of the provisions of the Act, state governments are empowered to regulate cultivation, production, manufacture, import, export, sale, consumption, use of narcotic drugs and psychotropic substance. Which of the given above statements is or are correct? जल्दी से बताएं, 10 seconds का आपके पास टाइम है. You have 10 seconds time to answer the question. Correct answer to this question is it is statement 1. Statement 1 is correct. इसमें लिखा हुआ है under one of the provision of the act, state governments are empowered to regulate cultivation, production. No, it is the central government. Okay, point clear हो गया. Second statement is wrong. Question number 6. Consider the following statements. An economy's annual GDP is total money value of all final and intermediate goods services produced within geographical boundaries in a year. As the overall GDP goes up, economic inequalities will always reduce accordingly. So which of the statements is or are correct? जल्दी से बताएं कौन सा statement correct है. करेक्ट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन इज वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन. ये इकोनॉमिक्स की एनसीईआरटी से लिया गया है, क्लास 12th एनसीईआरटी. करेक्ट आंसर इज डी, नन ऑफ द अबव. इकोनॉमी की एनुअल जीडीपी जो होती है ना, वो टोटल वैल्यू ऑफ ऑल फाइनल गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज होती है, इंटरमीडिएट गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज नहीं होती. देखो आपको लाइन पढ़नी है ध्यान से. इंटरमीडिएट तो इसमें ऑलरेडी इंक्लूडेड है. ठीक है, पॉइंट क्लियर हो गया. Now, as the overall GDP goes up, economic inequalities will reduce accordingly. It is not the case. Yes, it is quite possible, but overall ऐसा नहीं होता है. ठीक है? Even as overall GDP goes up, economic inequalities also rise, which can give fuel to discontent among the people. Okay? Another important question, question 7. Consider the following statements. India is world's largest crude oil importer at present. Now, which statement is correct? You have to answer it. ये question directly ना current affairs से ही लिया गया है, direct current affairs से. ठीक है? Correct answer to this question is, the correct answer is D. D is the correct answer to this question. Okay, ये आपको याद रखना है. That India is world's largest crude oil importer. No, ये world की third largest crude oil importer है भारत. Present OPEC countries meet 90%. Again, no, it is 78%. Okay. Now next very easy question. ये तो काफी easy question है. Direct you can answer. India-China line of actual control touches through which of these regions? Siachen Glacier, Aksai Chin, Srinagar और Kargil. करेक्ट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन इज, इस क्वेश्चन का करेक्ट आंसर है द करेक्ट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन इज बी, अक्साई चिन. ओवर हियर यू कैन सी. तो इंडिया चाइना का जो LAC है वो अक्साई चिन रीजन को भी कवर करता है. ठीक है. Second last question for today. Ministry of Science and Technology recently released new guidelines for geospatial sector in India. Consider the following statements regarding geospatial data. Geospatial data is the data about objects or events that have a location on the surface of Earth. Location may be static like the location of road or dynamic like a moving vehicle or pedestrian. Which of the above statements is or are correct? कौन सा statement इसमें correct है? जल्दी से बताएं. You have 10 seconds time to answer the question. 10 seconds का आपके पास time है. आराम से ध्यान से सोच समझ के आंसर करना है आपको क्वेश्चन को. ठीक है, चलिए जल्दी से बताएं. So let's have a look at the answer. Correct answer is both the statements are correct. C is the correct answer. Geospatial data जो है, it is the data about objects or events that have a location on the surface of Earth. Earth के सतह पर, surface पे locations को find out करने के लिए जो data हम collect करते हैं वो geospatial data कहलाता है. ठीक है. Last question for today. Hague Code of Conduct, sometimes seen in the news, is related to Code of Conduct for civil servants working for UN, prevention of proliferation of ballistic missiles, prohibition of usage of biological weapons by member countries, or D, none of the above. Correct answer to this question is, it is B, prevention of proliferation of ballistic missiles. That is the Hague Code of Conduct. Okay, it was established in the year 2002. You have to remember that. So this was your test for today. ये था आपका आज का टेस्ट, 10 PM daily quiz for UPSC prelims. If you are enjoying these tests, let me know in the comment section. Okay, and also do like, share and subscribe this channel. Thank you.